this goes out to Cordi specifically. You ever sit down sometimes and feel like you broke your crotch when you go down?
Yes.
I just sat down and I was like, I'm pretty sure I tore my pussy. I was like, oh.
It's not supposed to feel like that.
It reminds me of, and I think Simon has a sound on his channel where it's like, ah. It's like, ouch.
When your cooch don't work like it used to before.
I mean, accurate at this point. Welcome to the Streamless Podcast. Today, I'm joined by Cordelia Chase.
I would love to experience the legend that is a good night's sleep.
Ooh, saucy. Me as well. Yes. Lazy warriors.
And I dream about having 8 hours of interrupted sleep.
Oh.
Interrupted?
Oh.
Uninterrupted sleep.
Oh, I thought you said interrupted, and I was like, perfect.
I probably did, because I have had interrupted sleep.
All right. I was really hoping that was interrupted, because I was going to say, and I'm Rhenvi, and bonk, I'm sending myself to horny jail. So, there you go.
Yes. I've got a sound effect for that.
Yeah. Yes. Bonk. Well, hi guys. How's it going? How's life? What's going on? You good? I just absolutely baited the hell out of Cordi into this beginning, so I'm feeling pretty good about that.
Yeah, it was supposed to be me.
Yeah.
I'm hopped on 2 cups of instant coffee and a Monster Energy drink, so I'm doing all right.
You know, it's always really funny, as a side note, because, you know, listeners already know there's a 6-hour time difference, and Cordi and I are kind of waking up and kind of groggy, and it's always our counterpart on the other side who's similarly in the same boat 6 hours later, but then sometimes on liquid cocaine. So we're hoping you're okay. But also, can you share some across the pond? Because I think we need a little more wake-up juice.
I'll be going down and getting more later.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. Yeah.
Just ship it over here, please.
And meanwhile, I'm over here with my tea, except for when I went on that tea buying binge like 4 months ago.
Yeah.
And bought like $100 worth of tea.
Yeah.
I bought some things that I wasn't sure if I was gonna like or not. I'm like, we'll try it, it's fine. So I've got a malty black tea that I'm not quite sure if I like or not yet. I'm on like my second time having it, and I'm like, we'll give it 2 or 3 more times, because that's what it took me to get oolong tea, like start liking oolong tea. So we'll see. We'll see.
I mean, maybe it's a matter of trying it with like sugar or milk or honey.
We can't really do that.
No.
Like, I love your thought, but like,
I mean, milk maybe.
You gotta really want to be in the mood to put milk in your tea. In my opinion,
You gotta be really in the mood for tea. You're talking to the man that hates tea.
Oh, see, we love tea, so we're fine with tea.
I'm all about the tea, but I hate drinking the tea.
No, you're all about spilling the tea.
Everywhere.
Everywhere. Okay, first of all, you went from being, haha, yes, I'm spilling the tea, to disrespect your surroundings with everywhere. Okay?
Like, I would have been the guy to throw the tea in the harbor.
Only because you'd be literally next to the harbor and your brain would revert into its like little mammalian trait of like, push it. Push it.
I've become cat, just
Yeah. Yes, just
look at the fucking the god and just go, fuck you.
Yes. Also, going back up a second, I'm sorry, I'm dying laughing. I've been watching a lot of like really funny videos lately. I know this is like way off topic from what we were planning to talk about, but why is a cat's first reflex just be like, pow? Like, it doesn't matter if it's a candle, it doesn't matter if it's another plant, a human, an animal, it's always immediate sucker punch. Like, I like, could you imagine if humans walked around and they were like, pow, and it's just like, what? Like,
Hello there, fellow human. Bow, you're going to catch
Bam!
these hands.
Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't even have time to tell them they're going to catch these hands, because they would have already caught them. Like, there was no game of catch here. It happened. It's a one-way transaction. Pow! You know, like, wait a minute, what?
What if I want that to be like a fully constant social thing?
Just
Like everyone's like, hello there. Poof, oh, have a nice day. Oh, big old...
yeah.
We all walk around with black eyes all the time.
I mean, we would basically be like raccoon cats. I mean, it would be a whole generation of just like, would we grow? Would we evolve to have like thicker skin? Specifically around our eyeballs, so we wouldn't get so bruised? It's just pow.
And you see your friends and you annoy them and they're like, I'm going to beat you up. And you go, I know.
I mean, awkward though, right? Because I saw a cat do that to a candle because I didn't understand. I was like, thank God neither things went bad. But I just was like, I don't know about this. Pow! To the lit candle, and then it got scared by the little smoke it puts off after it goes out, and was like, no, man, that's wild. Like, it wasn't wild when you felt the heat, and you were like, let me just pow that. See how that works out for me. You just Goomba stomped a candle. Brother, back up. Like, what are you doing?
I think it has to come down with the whole, like, they're cautious because they're like, is this a threat? Is this a threat?
Yeah.
Let me attack it and find out if it's a threat.
Yeah.
So, if it doesn't attack back, they're like, okay, I can own this.
Yeah.
But, you know, like in the case of the candle smoke, it turned from one thing to another thing, and that's pretty scary. Just like, in our old place. So, we got Jean, our tuxedo cat, in October of 2017. Sometime in late 2018, early 2019, we lost power for a while. And she was afraid to go in the living room. And she kept looking at the ceiling. And we're like, the fuck? There's nothing up there. And like she was all puffed out. Her fur was just like whoop. You know, tail was like bristle brush, everything, right? Yeah. And I'm like, what the hell has her so freaked out? I realized the entire time that we had her, the living room fan had been turned on. Oh. And now that there was no power, the fan was no longer moving, and she had never seen the individual blades of the fan stationary. Oh. And that was freaking her the fuck out.
The noise in the sky has gone away.
Yeah, right?
The noise in the sky has gone away. Yeah. That would disorient me too. Yeah. Oh, I thought you were going to say it's like, you know how cats sometimes, I swear to God, they like see ghosts. But they'll just be sitting there and you're like that or they're schizophrenic, one of the two. We'll figure it out. But like, you'll see a cat just like, no. Like, why are you dead on staring at that piece of drywall? There's not a damn thing there. What are you looking at? And they look at you, they're like, I hear the demons. And then it's like they look at you and it's like just AOL noises in the background and it's like, back to staring at drywall. And you're like, what are you seeing?
The air turns to static.
Right. What are you seeing that should I be concerned? No. But can't kill a goddamn bug in your house. Nope, can stare at plain drywall for 300 years. Bug, spider, meh, that's fine. No, do your job.
Cat just sitting there looking at drywall, just going, yes, my lord, the humans suspect nothing. Their end will come, the reckoning will be, a fly!
I mean... Okay, so I went to take my bathroom break, and stepping in a fur ball aside, as I'm going down to the kitchen to grab the cleaning supplies for said fur ball, I get to the bottom of the stairs, and I realize Reaper's by the front door with his face turned towards it, but he's looking back at me because I was coming down the stairs. But, like, he's facing the front door, and then Jean's, like, 5 feet behind him, also staring at the front door, and she's like in predator pose.
Oh no.
And then Little itty bitty Rex is at the top of the stairs, all bristled up, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? So I'm like, maybe there's something right outside the door. So I go into the kitchen, look out the front window, have to climb on the fucking counter to do so because I'm short. There's nothing out there, and I hear like movement in the living room, and I'm like, what the fuck was that? I go back. Reaper and Jean are in the exact same place they were. Rex is still at the top of the stairs. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? I'm just gonna go back and hope I don't get killed.
What happened was Reaper said, we ride at dawn. And everybody else fell in the line, okay? They were like, I got this, let's go. But knowing how Rex is the size of a burrito is really funny because it's just like, you can see the okay. Am I doing it?
I feel like what happened was you left the room and Reaper looked at the other two and went, let's fuck with her.
More than
listen,
likely.
Honestly,
through the living room, just return to pose.
Having the fact that you haven't met Reaper, that tracks so heavily. Like, they would definitely be the instigator.
Yeah.
Like, I'm pretty sure Reaper's like the mini me in that household where I'm like, shink, let's go. Yes.
Rex's meow right now, though, is just.
Oh,
I'm like, oh.
Yeah, they're like the younger sibling trying to fit in, and you're like, it's a, you could have the Mad Catz controller. We won't give you the actual, brand name one.
Just in case you throw it.
Just in case, right? And it might not be plugged in, but in your mind, it's going over really well.
My brother was too smart to fall for that. Not Kyle, because I never tried that on Kyle. But on Greg was a little too smart for that.
Let's say I have faith that my orange dipped friend is hopefully had some days of not realizing that they were being 100% duped by their older sibling.
Well, by the time he was like old enough to play games, like I wasn't playing kid-friendly games, like Tomb Raider. So, he didn't really watch much. So, because he'd be like, oh, not colorful. And like, basically, that was the sentiment. Never said it. But you know how kids are. They're like, bright colors, yes! But
I love the innocence. I love the innocence of your heart. Because we went two different ways, brainwave-wise. You said, when he was able to play, started getting into games, I wasn't playing kid-friendly games. My mind immediately went to...
Leisure Suit Larry.
Immediately went to something like Hoonie Pop, right? And I was like, yeah, that tracks. I mean, I get it. And then you're like, kids, bright colors. And I'm like, but there are bright colors in Hoonie Pop. I mean, but like, my mind went to like GTA and like the dildo you find in the gas station or the police station. And you're like, ha, right at dawn. Or Saints Row or anything like that. There's definitely inappropriate stuff. But you're like, yeah, not inappropriate, like Tomb Raider. And I was like, oh shit, is that where we're putting the bar or where the bar should be? Like checking my moral compass on what's kid friendly. And I'm like, I can't have people. Because my filter of what's kid friendly is way off if Tomb Raider is where that is.
Yeah, I'm slowly realizing mine's off as well.
Well, no. But you think about it, though, it's more realistic graphics than, say, Mario. And always has been.
Yes.
So, violence looks a little more real. There's definitely, at least in the old Tomb Raider games, a more sexualization of Lara Croft. So there's like all that.
Just the Madonna boobies.
Yeah, right.
The fucking traffic cone.
Yes.
And there's been one guy sitting playing that game going, oh, baby.
Yeah.
I wanted her to stab me with those nips.
Wait a minute. Is Lara Croft the OG, like, fetishization of, like, Lady Dimitrescu? Or the phrase of, like, choke me? Like, because I'm just thinking, it might be, stab me, baby. Stab me. Like, how many people have been like, And I appreciate that the newer Tomb Raiders allow you to equip that skin. So you can have this like really high, graphically intense scene, and then just comb boobs. You're like,
Yep.
yeah, this is. I almost kind of hate it. Sometimes I'm like, oh, what a special scene, and then I look over and my dumbass has changed it to the. I'm like, okay, I clearly have embraced the Roblox version of Lara Croft in this, and I can't get out now. It's too late.
Too late. Cannot turn back. No.
It's too late.
Yes. Oh my god. Jesus.
You know that the cone boobs came about by like a misplaced decimal point, right?
No.
Listen,
Originally, and then they left it because they're like, you know what? Sure, boobs.
at that time though, when that came out, listen, that was like good soup. Like I'm sure they were like
Well, they made that by mistake. I'm feeling like the game originally was like gonna be Lara's Croft, and then they made boobs, and they're like, yeah, Lara.
Yeah, it was one of those things that they were, I think, I'm probably wrong on the whole situation, but they were getting ready for a demo or an alpha or something, and they were doing last minute tweaks to the character models or something. Someone misplaced a decimal point, and then at that point, they saw their mistake, probably went, hey, George, come look at this. And then it just was like, George is like the manager or something, and George is like, you know what? Keep it. And then
Cut to George like 30 minutes later in his office with a closed door and Kleenex and lotion.
Yeah.
He's heavy breathing while caressing a picture of Madonna, just going, my queen.
Your legacy will be hitting the mainstream soon.
Yes. So sharp. So sharp.
Your lethal memories are going to take the world by storm.
The funniest part of that, so there's been this trend on TikTok lately where, well, in the past a little bit, where it was like a view from my lap. If you were sitting in my lap, what you'd see, it's like our experience. And you have people who are like petting people or being like, hey, or kissing, or like everything to being like even spitting on them. But like there was one where it's like someone had dressed up as that version of the shelf point of Laura. And so then it's like you're just looking up and it's like this like and it's like hi. And they have to like get all the way over the edge to be like, hey, and you're just like, hi. Like,
yo, what up?
What up? I'm just like, I don't know how I'd feel about laying below a sharp shelf. You know, there's some things that I'm like, that might be dangerous. Because, like, what if they sneeze? I'm getting chopped up. Like, I'm just going to split like a bagel. Like, I don't know. You know? Yeah. But, yeah. Old graphics have come a long way. But,
they have, very much so.
Yeah.
I think there's more polygons on Aloy's butt in Horizon Zero Dawn than there was in all of the original Tomb Raider game.
Well, I haven't played the game, but now you got me thinking about butt, so great.
Yeah.
It's starting out good.
Yeah.
Wait, just now? I mean, honestly, I thought we lived in Buttland. We have consistently asked for ass please around this. I know what we gotta do when we go visit this home slice over here. We gotta bring him some TikTok leggings. Because I've done it, you've done it.
And then we all wear them together and take a picture. Yes.
Got it. Yeah, it's happening. Done. Check.
Yes.
Strut, baby, strut.
Could we bring him a feather boa, though, too, just to jazz it up? Like,
yes.
You would Emperor's New Groove that like this. Like, I'm not even concerned about it. You'd be like, ha ha, I look wonderful.
Look at me.
Looking fabulous.
It's like season 4's album cover. It's just butts. I would love to commission an artist to have it. Could you imagine, right? Like to the clearest, just butts. That would be the time in my life that like someone important like my boss would find my podcast and I'd be like, I don't even want to explain. but you're welcome. Like, yeah, you just tap out whenever you feel the need to.
That's when your boss, like, I don't know who your boss is, but I'm assuming there's, like, if it's like a man, I'm like, I like the butt on the right, and you're like, ho, I'll tell Simon that.
Yes. Yeah.
And he's like, what?
Yes. I'll be sure to let her know.
Okay, great. She can anyone can enjoy my butt.
Butts are for everybody, okay? Honestly.
Everybody.
Even before I knew I was bi, I was like, you know what? If you have a nice ass, I don't fucking care who it's attached to. I like it.
Bubble butt. Bubble butt.
Bubble butt. Bubble butt. Bubble butt.
I have a feeling he'd be a bubble butt in those leggings. Yeah. I'm making a generalization about you. Tight pants. Oh, you're gonna have berries and cream us, aren't you? He's gonna little lad berries and cream us in TikTok leggings. Oh
no.
My god.
No. Yes. Every time I see one of those, I'm like, swipe away. Do not want. No, thank you.
Yeah. No, I've got 2 people consistently infecting my stream with it or my FYP with it. I'm like, please, don't inbox me that. I'm like, delete. I don't want to see it. No.
Fuck off.
Yes, please.
I've successfully gone a week without seeing any of them.
One came up on my for you page yesterday, I think, and I was like, it started out, it's like, yeah, here's a mashup, and it's like grooving. All of a sudden, it was like, I'm a little, and I'm like, nope, nope, piecing out.
I did see one which absolutely cracked me up. So it was someone who, and there's something that makes me like more wholesomely happy than when you see someone who clearly has like some sort of physical disability, like they have either like no arms or different like legs or whatever else, and they just roll with it. They roll with the punches, they roll with the sound effects and whatever else. And someone had their left leg was much shorter than their right leg, so they had a platform shoe so they could walk. But they were like, little dad, little dad, and they played right into it, and they're like, berries and cream, and I was like, okay. I mean, one of those that's like, don't, like, you laugh, you lose, but like, you laugh, you go to hell. I mean, I'm stupid in hell's juices right now. Like, laughed so hard. I was like, this is why I can't have nice things. But it was great. I was like, yeah, that tracks.
Collectively, between the 3 of us, I'm pretty sure we have our own VIP suite in hell, so it's fine.
I mean, that sounds pretty good right now. I would like my own anything. Yeah, it sounds great. Yeah. Is it lava front? Yeah, what's the resale value? Like, because I assume at some point we're going to upgrade.
It is lava front, but it's not on a peninsula, so we've just got the,
so we've got goals, right, to save and achieve.
Yeah, we want to save up our hell points to upgrade to the point of a peninsula on the lava front.
Yeah.
Maybe some, flying demons in the sky, somewhere that has that.
Our circus, our monkeys. Yeah. I do love that I said, I wonder what the resale value is on our hell home. And Simon looked at me like, are we Zillowing our afterlife? We are. You're welcome.
I'm sorry, but was we not talking about Zillow being a not thing? I feel like I'm being discriminated against.
Would you care to explain? Because I wasn't here for this.
This was a hate crime.
Oh, wow. Okay. No. Go. You know what? Here. I said a few things. I said, Simon, look at me. And they looked at me, and then they acted very bratty for someone who is not a brat. And would not repeat after me. And I was like, Basically, it was, I, Simon, will pay attention and stay focused during this podcast. I will not open Zillow. I will not put inanimate items in my mouth. I will not. I swear to God, we were literally always slapping your mouth and like, dude, you're over like 10 years old, and I have questions why random objects just kind of, I live there, and I don't get it. But I was like, no, we're gonna stay focused and in tune, and it just kind of like traveled off. So like, it was half there, half there. This is why you.
I'm gonna stay.
So now they're like, oh, you said Zillow, and now it's back on the table. Yes, hell's Zillow is on the table. You can't look that up right now. We're talking about the suburbs versus the city.
Attacked. Attacked. Yeah, and hell, by the way.
I mean, literally, there's circles. We can pump you down to the next circle of hell. It'll make you feel better.
I mean, to be fair, heat does travel upwards, so the higher you are, the hotter it's going to get.
Yeah. How?
Just pump me down to the lowest circle, I'm going to be chilling. Like,
I'm not sure what your definition of like air conditioning is in hell, but I'm pretty sure it doesn't exist. So I'm like, where do you mean you're to be chilling? I think the base rate is like 105. I think that's probably the lowest level. You're still gonna be sweating. You're still gonna be sweating.
I was gonna say, even if that's in Fahrenheit, 105, you're still gonna be sweating.
Yeah.
So. Yeah.
I'm gonna need to bring some ice cubes.
Good luck with keeping them. They gonna melt.
The difference here. He's like, I should bring some ice cubes. And I'm like, I should bring cookie dough. One of us has a solution. One of us has a moisture problem. I'm just saying. Make cookies. Swelter. Yeah.
Stay cool.
Yeah. Yeah. One of us will not bring fish. That's fine. That might not go so well. But cookies.
That might earn you extra points.
I think that would pump you up to the next layer of hell. Like, you're like, it's okay, guys. I brought popcorn. No, don't burn the popcorn. And ejected. Like, next circle of hell.
Just brings out all the shit that they don't want you to bring.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Don't worry. There'll be endless piles of cat hairballs on the way, too. Touch. Sucks.
There's nothing worse than just stepping in one, especially if it's still warm.
In anything, though. That's why I asked you when it happened, and before we started recording, I was like, did you have socks on? Because I feel like there's a certain level of fear, paralyzing fear that I have and I shouldn't, if my hands or feet are raw and they touch something versus covered. Like a spider on the wall in the middle of stream the other day, which is the best clip that I've probably had in a while. Talking to chat, chilling out, all of a sudden I was like, spider! Oh my God, I lost it. And so, like, I folded it. I needed to highlight it because the clip length was not enough, but the look on my whole demeanor changed. Oh my God, I freaked out trying to find something because I was not going to raw hand that. Oh no. But the same kind of thing with like feet though, right? Like you're just like, at least the sock's a barrier,
Well, I think there's a little bit of difference in my eyes of whether it's you're killing something like a spider or like you're stepping in like a fur ball. Because like, honestly, I hate the feeling of wet socks. Period. That is the worst feeling in the world. I would rather step on the hairball barefoot because then all I got to do is worry about washing off my foot. Thing is, with the sock, you have to deal with the wet sock and your foot still gets wet. Yeah. So you've got that twofold thing. So I'm like, you know what? I would rather step on it barefoot just so all I got to do is wash off my foot than have to peel the sock and then still hobble to the bathroom to wash off my foot.
I heard the peeling of sock in my head. I was like, and I was like, I also, I also cannot go in lakes, oceans, bodies of water outside of a pool without like water socks or like water shoes because I can't stand this. of whatever is in nature at the bottom of a body of water. I can't do it. So no, for me, the sock and the cat vomit are like so necessary because if I'm barefooted, the sounds that would come out of my mouth would be incomprehensible. And you're just like, "Are you okay?" And I'd be like, "No, I'm not." Like, I'm like, ugh. No, but yet during dishes, I can reach my hand whole hog down a disposal, grab whatever I need out of there, and chuck it like it's nothing. But like everything else, and wet socks are always it feels like an assault. Like it should be punishable by a court of law. I'm just like, how? No, it's like penetrated my safety shield. No.
It's no longer a safety
socks
sock
than wet underwear.
Huh? Wait, what did you say, Simon?
Rather have wet socks than wet underwear, though.
As a diabetic, no, I'd rather have wet underwear than wet socks. Because when your feet get wet, they are more prone to skin splits and other damage and stuff. And as a diabetic, your feet take forever to heal. Like I've got little mini punctures on my feet right now from the kitten playing with them. Those bastards aren't going to go anywhere for like 3-4 weeks. So, I just got to keep an eye on that. But like, yeah, no, I'd rather have wet underwear. Like, I hate the feeling of wet underwear. Don't get me wrong. You accidentally sit in an outdoor, like one of those plastic outdoor chairs, and there's a little bit of water there. Yeah,
that's like pants wet, right?
But it soaks through to your underwear.
Not
it's that
usually
constant whole day feeling of swamp ass.
Yeah, but also as a sailor, knowing the feeling of back when I used to wear underwear under my leggings. Yeah, hanging your ass over the rail and getting splashed, basically getting a lake bidet through. Yeah, no, I'd rather have the wet socks though.
What you're saying and what I got out of that, which my brain started with. Simon, why would you mention wet underwear over wet socks? I literally can't. Cordi went off into a whole medical discussion, which is 100% valid. But what I learned from this is Cordi does not wear underwear while sailing, and now I suddenly need to get into sailing. I'm just putting it out there that I am now very much interested in sailing. With you exclusively.
Are you now a sailor, Rhenvi?
Listen, man, I'll learn all the sea shanties. I'll do whatever I gotta do. That's fine. Yep. I went from being like, oh my god, Simon, why do... excuse me? Like kombucha girl reaction of like... Yes. Yeah. Ass, please. So... but I really needed. How did you go to? That was your only other choice, rather than being like a wet hat. You just went wet underwear. Like that was your next like stop.
It's really easy to take off a wet hat. I don't mind it. It's more of a process to remove underwear.
But you said you'd rather have wet underwear than wet socks, but you could just
No, that's not what he said. No, he said he'd rather have wet socks than wet underwear. And that's when I flipped it and said, no, I'd rather have wet underwear than wet socks.
Okay, my brain went Uno reverse. And I was like, I need to unpack why you would want to live in swamp ass all day. Okay, got it.
Yeah, we look nothing alike. How did you mess this up?
What's with the eyebrows?
Let me give you the inside workings of my brain. Right here, you can hear it. AOL noises. AOL sign-on noises. Fax machine noises. Ready? Oh, yep, and we're done.
Yeah.
It's still connecting. We don't know if you have mail. We don't know if you're online. Just hang tight.
You're in internet purgatory.
We know you may be downloading something, but we're not sure.
It's okay. We're not really concerned with what you're going to do is you're going to log on to AOL and post that passive AIM messenger, that little passive-aggressive MySpace text, and then if someone pisses you off, you're gonna be like, yeah, well, slam. Like, so, like, it's not really gonna be a great use of online time. Like, it's fine. This is good.
When it used to take a minute to download a picture.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Wait a minute. Hold on. You had fast internet.
That's true. That's true. God, I used to remember in the times of, for legal purposes, borrowing songs. And how long that took sometimes just to get, like, a song. And this is back before, like, the early days of, like, threading, right? Like, you're trying to get multiple copies to be able to produce one sample. And I'm like, but I was always the dick who was like, I'll take what I want, but shut off my save. Like, I'm not helping someone else get it. I was the hamster douchebag or the lemon string douchebag. I'm without saying certain names. Yeah, where I'm going, right? Yeah. Where I was like, ooh, no, I don't want to share. I only want to take.
Thank you.
That adage has followed me far in life. But anyway, I it took me like 3 days to download. I don't even know what it was at the time. I think maybe it was a Tool album. And I know Tool songs are typically longer, but like not that enough to. It just seemed excessive at the time, and I was like, I'll get it at some point,
Every word has an underscore next to it.
Oh my god, the file names. Oh, get this though. That stuff is still around today. Like that level of like indexing. Like, oh my god, my boss and my old boss and a couple people like in my field will still save files with hi _ this _ is _ a _ important _ file.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, I want to like throw myself into the sun. Like what? Especially when the funniest thing about it is some of the newer softwares have character limits on how many the file name to upload, and I'm like, so then I have to take time and rename your stupid file, then upload it. And they're like, well, did you put the latest one? Oh, you mean version _1 _ 2 _ 3 _ period _ 2 _ 1? No, I did not.
Oh.
In fact, I just said file upload.
When it came to music, borrowing music at that point in time, I was never the person to borrow it. My friends would always borrow it, then burn me a CD. So, like, I never had to deal with the
Wait a minute,
file names.
I was that person then. Yeah, I would be pumping out those CDs for you.
Yeah, never had to deal with the silly file names and all that bullshit. Nope. Yeah. It wasn't that I didn't want... Oh, go on.
I was just like, I for sure gave the family computer some IT version of chlamydia because of that.
We all did though. What a time to be alive. Think about it. We definitely all learned how to immediately basic code from MySpace. We all learned how to theft things. Do you guys remember shortly after this became a recognized that the internet service providers started realizing, people are actually stealing stuff, that we started getting these commercials, these pre-roll ads at movies where it'd be like, you wouldn't download a car. Fuck yes, I would.
You wouldn't download a house.
Are you kidding me? Like, and it still sticks with me today as like a millennial dream. Like, what do you mean we wouldn't? Absolutely, chief. Oh my god, I have a whole driveway of
with the advent of 3D printers, though, you can now download a car. You can now download a house.
Yes. Yeah.
I was not interested in owning a car, but like, you wouldn't download a car. I would download 50 and sell them.
Yes. Oh yeah. I just loved whoever was behind that marketing campaign was like, okay, they've got a point. I hope they went back and did like, a cost benefit, analysis. Like maybe the message we put out there is being received by the wrong group.
Maybe we shouldn't let 60-year-olds think out this whole anti-pirating campaign.
Oh yeah. No, I think it's great now too, because people it's only, if anything, just growing. Like you said, houses, cars, everything is for legal purposes, borrowable. At this point in time. But oh yeah. Oh, I love it. You wouldn't download an app, so fucking lately I would.
You don't know me.
You don't know my life. Listen. I mean, at that point in time, I also would have downloaded Club Penguin, but still, I would absolutely download a car.
Listen, though, if you could still access Club Penguin, I'm fairly certain it's down now, isn't it?
I don't know.
I don't think it is, actually, because there was a joke the other day, and I think I went to go find out if it was still alive, and I want to say in my sleep-deprived brain that some version of it is, but everyone was joking about how, because Facebook went down, and then, Twitch got attacked and everything else, and so on Twitter, someone was like, listen, if Twitter goes down, let's all meet in the Club Penguin lobby. And I was like, yes, please. Can we do that? I would love that.
I hadn't even heard of Club Penguin until
really
late in life. Yeah.
So what's the age gap between you and Orange
Kyle?
Julius back there? Yeah, I keep thinking of orange names. Let me have this. How far apart are you and Orange Julius?
10 years. We are 10
perfect.
years apart.
So my younger sister and I are 10 years apart. So it was their time frame.
Mm-hmm.
But if you weren't around for that piece, then you probably didn't see it. But that was definitely their time frame, was Club Penguin.
Mm-hmm.
And it started off so innocent, and then it just, of course, full degen. But
yeah,
I think it was their version of we had AOL and MSN and age, sex, location. Imagine that in a little penguin, a flower hat. You're like, oh, but you could free type out things you wanted to say in that penguin. It was oh, as a 16, 17-year-old, coming in and check on my sister who's playing, I don't know, ice skating and some happy time things. And someone's over here yeah, D. And it's D with 18 I's and a CK, and it's haha, wiki face. And I'm I'm all about getting around text filters, but I'm curious as to how this conversation is going to continue. Are we continuing on this thread? What's happening here? Just when I found out as a fully fledged adult that there are ROMs for The Sims to make things.
And
cue the Pornhub theme. It was my sister's favorite game growing up, was The Sims, and now I'm oh god, that was definitely their first experience, I'm sure, into that world of degens. But yeah, Club Penguin was definitely a thing. It lasted for probably way longer than it ever needed to. Way longer. But I feel it's kind of almost replaced by Roblox now. It's a similar type of, it's supposed to be a young thing, which I'm sure has been infiltrated heavily. You gotta look there. What's up?
I'm pretty sure there are full-fledged Twitch streamers who stream Roblox.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
I'm fairly certain they're set as family friendly too.
Wait, what about family friendly?
It's 2021, Simon. I don't think shit.
Yeah, it's true.
Nothing is family friendly anymore. There's a rule of 34 for everything. No.
All right. Currently, Roblox has 3,000 viewers.
Are you kidding me?
Hold on, I need to check if this is a thing on
Roblox is a massively multiplayer online game platform created and marketed towards children and teenagers aged 8 to 18. It allows users to create their own virtual world using a variety of objects in which they or other members may enter and socialize within. And then there's more, but yeah, that's the gist.
Now I'm going to back up because I'm pretty sure, and you fact check me.
Yeah.
It cracks me up that it's, something to 18, and I'm pretty sure Lil Nas X has done a concert in Roblox. And I'm curious. It's cool. I actually bought a ticket and went somewhere. I went to the Marshmello concert in Fortnite because I was that's kind of cool, and it was mid-pandemic. But like, I don't know.
And
3,000 viewers, really?
right now, that's what it says. It doesn't give an exact number, it just says 3K. But there's like a ton of people playing, like streaming it. And the majority of those who have some sort of character or camera are actually VTubers. I mean, there are some real...
that tracks.
Yeah, there are some people with real cameras, and then there are some that have nothing, period. But for the most part, I'm seeing a lot of VTubers. Nothing against that. I understand it, especially if you are running a family-friendly channel and you're an adult and your content is more aimed towards kids. You want to be, something the kids are going to relate to. So, meanwhile, we've got Bulldog over here playing Resident Evil 8.
We're on the same page. And I was like, oh god, are we giving Bulldog ideas? Oh shit.
I feel like I need to talk to Bulldogs about Roblox streams.
But Bulldog is not family friendly.
What? Everyone says Bulldog is so fucking wholesome.
Jesus.
The look I'm giving you right now is just, I hope you feel the intensity in my eyes.
Yes,
You have
I'm a little bit intimidated, but also slightly turned on, yes.
What?
No, no, but all I can think of is, wholesomeness tracks back to the puppeteer, right? So we can say Bulldog is wholesome, but I've seen you get jump scared as Bulldog, and it goes right out the freaking window. I'm like, no, you can try that, Chief, but I don't.
There is a level of profanity that comes out of Bulldog's mouth when the person in charge of Bulldog gets freaked the fuck out.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what you mean.
No, not at all.
Not at all. Couldn't possibly be reminded about what it could be. No.
No.
Bulldog's thirsty
Nothing.
too.
Yeah.
Not for water. No.
But Pepsi. Pepsi's what he's about.
Oh.
The look of, are you stupid?
Rhenvi's face.
I just, the fact that it's 2021 and you said we had to define thirst for anything, and I'm like, hello?
But we're talking about a cartoon dog in a bowl. So yes, unless he's drinking his own water out of that dish he's in, I felt like I had to clarify.
Do not answer that.
Okay,
No,
you went through
no.
some
Yes, I know.
different hoops.
Listen, I know that. I'm with you. We are getting off the bus. We are not continuing this trend. Thank you, Miss Frizzle. Peace out. I don't want to explore. Okay? No.
I like that you just
No.
compared me to Miss Frizzle. Thank you.
Yeah. No,
I suddenly realized I'm way too sober for this.
Hey, listen. The way that you just jumped through that, and Simon and I were like, whoa, no. Whoa.
Welcome to my mind.
Yeah, well,
Pep.
Have fun.
yeah, I know there are no refunds or exchanges, but I'll be writing a Yelp review for that ride. Oh my god. Questionable jumps. No.
That's
I'll say, like, I because you went on looking for Roblox, I just went, I wonder if the old fucking chat room Habbo had, like, Habbo Hotel
I don't know that one.
has a section.
Ooh, excuse?
I was on it for a long time when it was still a thing in Denmark, but they had to shut down in Denmark for money
Well,
reasons.
talk to us about what this Habbo
So it's-
Hotel is.
You've got these little, like, nearly Lego-looking characters
Okay.
in 2D that walk around in this virtual hotel, and you can have your own hotel room, and of course you can buy extortionate prices for virtual furnitures.
Oh.
And it's a chat room, and you can go, and you can flirt, and you can get friends, and you can have fun, and it's going great. Oh my god! And
You said fun, and I thought you were going to say fuck. And so I'm like,
No.
you can flirt and you can have fun. Okay. Yeah. So,
No.
I mean, so speaking of old websites that may or may
Please.
not still be in existence, were either
please
of
go
you
there.
NeoPets?
Yeah. Yes.
My NeoPets are
Never.
currently starving because I have not checked in on them. But let me tell you, like, I was on the ground floor of that shit, like, originally, and
Yeah.
then I forgot about it for, like, 2 years and came back, tried to get an account with the same name I originally had, forgetting I had a NeoPets account. So I created another one, and then I lost the credentials to that and couldn't figure out their forget password thing, so I created a third account. And then, like, a year after that, I could get access to all three. So I was playing NeoPets on 3 different fucking accounts.
Cordy, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
How are your Tamagotchis doing?
I never had one.
Oh, okay.
Me neither.
Okay, because I just wonder if they're just because you know what would happen. They would leave you a poop, and they're like, "Oh, please clean me up," and then you'd forget about it, and they were like, "I'm starving, and there's poop around me. Can you clean me up?" And then they just die. They just pass away. It's like, oh, I mean, it's kind of like the rough version of Tinkerbell, like where she would just, with no attention, she would die. No, this poor little thing would be covered in its own feces and starving and just, but you flip it over and just a little reset button and that bad boy was back up. That's all I could think of was for NeoPets are just like, they're fossils now. They're almost a fuel.
Well, that's the beauty. They actually don't die. They just sit there and starve forever.
That's far more horrifying.
I also think they may, after a certain point in time, get put up for adoption. So they're probably not starving. Like, if you abandon your NeoPets, I can't remember, but there's like an adoption agency that, like, I know you could send your NeoPets to the adoption agency, and I think they also get basically repossessed by that adoption agency to go to new people. If like they get to keep their names and everything.
Oh my god. Can you imagine you pull up to a bar one day, you're just looking all abysmal and just so upset. I mean, we're 30-something years old, right? You're just like, oh man, like, bartender notices the body language, like, are you okay, man? No, honestly, I've had a really rough day. I don't know if I can talk about it just yet. Okay, it's fine, man. It's fine. You know, like, your drink's on me. It's fine. They repossessed my NeoPet. Like, boom. Like, just to, like, what? I'm so sorry. Like, the little whole, like, record scratch. I'm so sorry. Cleaning glass, backs up. What'd you just say? Say what? Say what?
Come again?
And you're like, wow, the amount of, like, care and support I just gave, I need to submit an invoice. Like, that was unnecessary for a NeoPet. Oh yeah.
Because of people like you, Cordy, they implemented a NeoPet rescue service.
Oh no, trust me. Cordy's organized. If I ever had a NeoPet, I don't remember. So rip, enjoy your eternal starvation. Like, I can tell you right now, I probably did.
I mean, while I was actually active with the site, you know, like, every day you could go to the Great Omelette and get a slice of omelet, which you could feed to your NeoPet. And, you know, there were certain daily things I had to do. And then once I had access to all 3 accounts, it's like I was doing it 3 times a day with every single account. So while I was active on the site, those NeoPets were well cared for. Let me tell you, they wanted for nothing. And then one day I just blipped out of existence. It's fine.
Thanos snap. All I can imagine, I do not remember anything about the Great Omelette, but my brain combined, to me, the Great Omelette is the Matrix, or the elderly woman from the Matrix, plus the sun baby from, like, Teletubbies, and it's like, I am the Great Omelette. I shall feed you. Yes. I'm like, that makes it. Stop, collaborate, and listen.
I've seen the gnat. I've seen it flying around your screen occasionally. I know.
Dude, I've got one too, and I don't know like where they come from, but like this one's like a me gnat. Like this thing is honky. Like it's got some heft. And I just want to know, where are you eating? Because, like, I don't have anything out. But, like, if it's good, can I join? Because, like, I could use new conversation. But, like, how are you, like, flying this little dump truck around my house? Because I'm like, oh, you are more than, like, a flying, like, little, you know, period or colon. Like, you are literally just thick. I just called it a gnat thick. Okay, we're here now.
We've been in the pandemic for too long.
There's a pantomime going on. Yeah. We're allowed to be strange.
How dummy thick are your gnats? Huh? Are they winning, son? Are they eating good?
They got that dumpy.
That dumpy. This is what. Your audience, I'm so sorry, but you're welcome. We're at the point now where we're talking about dumpies on gnats.
I think it's an understatement to say we all got a good sleep last night. Or an overstatement. See, this is what happens when we don't sleep.
Spoiler alert, we never
adequate.
Do. Adequate? Do you even know the term adequate?
Adequate amount.
Yeah.
Well, I function,
adequate?
Therefore it must be adequate.
Adequate works. Adequate. Did your brain just have a
spoon? Why does spoon sound strange now that I've said it 16,000 times in a row?
You ever do that? You ever psych yourself out of a word you know you're saying and spelling correctly, but your brain's like, sabotage.
Every month.
I did that with my own name.
Oh, were you sober?
Yes, I was 10.
That's when you were semen? Is this when you were called semen?
No.
Oh, okay.
I just sat in my own head just repeating my name, and all of a sudden I'm like, hold on. Something's wrong. Who even decided that this word meant this? What if it doesn't mean this? What if it has no meaning? And we just decided. And what?
Existential crisis at 10. Yeah, that tracks for Simon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, see how they had to etch a sketch and restart pretty young.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, yeah, that's a midlife according to that body. Yeah, I got it for sure.
No, every month when I make my video, when I'm going through the fonts to figure out what font it is, I always like double check with chat at the beginning. I'm like, yo, is this how September is spelled? Is this how May is spelled? And they're like, yes. I'm like, okay, in 5 minutes when I start questioning things, just reassure me. Because inevitably, as I'm like cursoring through all of these fucking fonts.
Yeah.
Fucking, like, my brain goes, that's not how September's supposed to be spelled. And I'm like, yeah, but how's it supposed to be spelled? It's like, I don't know, but that's wrong. I'm like, fuck. And then I start questioning it, and then chat has to be like, no, you're fine. You're fine. But it's, like I said, it's not even just the long months. It's May. Like, I had this existential crisis in May while working on May's video.
Yeah. All I can think about in your brain is just the sound, do you remember?
No!
That's like, yeah, I also been there.
That's not how you spell September. Then how do you spell? And your brain just looks at you and go, you don't know.
No. And the worst part of that, and I'm blaming the hive mind in technology, period, is when you spell something out and it gives you that squiggle question mark underneath it, and you go to tap on it, and autocorrect's like, I got nothing. And you're like, what? Wait a minute. So I know I'm wrong. You're not offering any assistance or options. Help. Help.
You know I'm wrong. You know why, like, you know what I'm trying to say, and you know it's not correct, but you won't help.
No, not at all.
Are you my school teacher?
Yeah. Not at all. One year I spelled Christmas accidentally. It was minus the S, so it was just Christmas. And autocorrect was like, listen, man, I got nothing. And I'm like, what do you mean? What do you mean? You've got like No one was like, oh, maybe they're missing a possible word here. I can type that into Google, and Google's like, oh, it's okay, baby. I got you. I knew you meant Christmas. Like, God love you, because phones can't figure it out. Like, I don't understand. I need help. I need help. Please. No. What's the look on your face? I can't. It's the meaning of your face. But no, every other week, I'm almost positive, which is terrifying, having gone through regular education, undergrad, and a master's degree. Wednesday. Always. It's like stepping on a rake, face down to bam. I just cannot remember how to spell Wednesday. I had to sit there and literally pace it out to go
Wednesday.
And I can't
Yes.
with the it's not Wednesday. It's Wednesday. So my mind goes WENESD. Why is it abbreviated WED? Calendar? Life? Crisis? And I'm like, I can't do it. And thoroughly. THO wrong. Thoroughly. THO wrong. And I'm saying the wrong because it's the red squiggles of judgment. And I'm just like, how do I spell?
Yeah.
I'm thoroughly positive Wednesday is the hardest word for me to remember, and I just can't. I can't do either of them. I miss Clippy. Clippy was a very helpful individual in my life, and I need Clippy on my phone and in my brain to be like, remember, we learned these tips and tricks. It's spelled this way. Give me a little file. No.
Listen, one of my pet peeves with spelling is people going then instead of than.
Oh. Yeah, not knowing the...
THEN instead of THAN.
Yeah. I'd rather have this than that. And you're like, no, it's than. I'd rather have this than that.
Except if it's like, you know what? I'd rather have pizza than a burger.
but,
And I'm like, you know what? I agree.
But you know what I'm saying. You know what I was trying to get. Yeah, someone is. It's dinner time for Simon, or at least close to.
It is. Because I would also like a burger than pizza, saying as the person who's had half a granola bar today. So, yeah, Chief, let's ride that train together. Yes.
Yes.
No. So, if we had to extensively and thoroughly reach you online outside of this podcast, where could we find you, Simon?
I'm on Twitch and Instagram and TikTok as Lazy Warriors, and on Twitter as Warriors Lazy.
I'm so proud of your hungry ass. Such a good job. Plus 10 points. Cordi, where can we find you?
You can find me on the 3 T's, Twitter, Twitch, TikTok, Cordelia Chase, CORDILIA Chase. And Rhenvi, how about you?
Yes. You can find me on Twitter as Renegade G. And that'll link to everything else except for my TikTok, which is not as bussin' as some other people on this podcast, but you can find me there as RH3NVIII.
Yeah.
But, I post some funny clips, and it's a good time.
It is.
He's funny.
It's good. It's good.
And if you'd like to reach out to us, Streamless as a whole, we have our own contact information. We have Twitter, which is StreamlessP, and our email, which is streamlesspod@gmail.com. We welcome any and all feedback, photos, memes. Just throw us the memes, please. Talking points or anything else you'd like to give us. You look forward to thoroughly reviewing your messages.
And then dismissing.
Yes, next Wednesday. Until next time, everybody. Take care.
Bye.
I don't even know why I try. Breathe, damn it. That's a special skill. Hope it's on your resume.
I wish it could be.